You hear that? I don't. It's the sound of a pre-loading screen ambience world, where there were no updates, there was no mods breaking, there was just SLZ disappointing everyone. And today I'm taking you back to that day, or that period of time, where it kind of looks like the same shit, except that's more yellow than it usually is now. And also, you move really fucking fast in this version. Welcome to patch 3, my beloved, my home. How I've missed you, patch 3. Eventually, this patch 3 experience will just be what modern Bonelab is, except better. But as for right now, there's still plenty that is exclusive to this version as people wait for updates. Something that won't be coming back are these pieces of shit, the old cones. I booted up patch 4. I looked around, I saw there was no bitmart because Fusion wasn't out, and I went, huh, this looks like the same bullshit, and then that caught me at the corner of my eye. A fucking cone. Really lets you know how much content we get with these updates nowadays. Check this out. Oh! Oh, baby, how I've missed you. Oh, baby, how I've missed you. The Rexmech gun pack. Still waiting for, you know, the patch 4 plus version of Rexmech's guns to return. But here in patch 3, she's right here. She's right here. Bang, 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 bang. I have missed you so bad. Something I also miss a lot that I hope gets changed in these newer versions of Bonelab is fucking not how ugly you are. Thank God you got changed. But more importantly, in modern versions, you can't really get a punch to trigger very close up. But in patch 3, he definitely shouldn't go that fucking far. That's ridiculous. But I like that I can trigger a punch like this. That's just something you can't do in modern Bonelab. It feels like you need a lot more distance to get a punch to trigger. Meanwhile, back in the olden days, it just triggered. I backed up all my patch 3 mods before Bonelab updated because I figured I'd want to come back one day, and thank God I did, because God damn, we had 2 years of no updates, so people went crazy. They made whatever the fuck they wanted to, except a good UI. We're gonna go back to our old bone menu before it was a weird square that they did in patch 6. That actually looks right, but oh God, that's fucking disgusting. Look at this UI. Really take the new UI for granted. Anyone playing on a modern version? Nope. These are all patch 6 lobbies. Yep, that sucks. But how I've missed you, Rexmech helicopter. Don't mind if I do. Let's get that engine on, them lights on. Oh, home sweet home. I used to spend literal hours. Me and my group of friends, we'd get on to play a new campaign map that dropped, and instead of actually playing the new campaign map, it would always end up in a scenario where some way, for some reason, this helicopter was getting spawned, people were shooting rocket launchers at it, and it was just a magical experience. And then we had Spider Lab. Oh, Spider Lab. Oh, Spider Lab. Parzival has like ceased to exist, so we're never getting Spider Lab by Parzival. Although I've seen a good bit of people who seem interested in picking up the pace where Parzival left off. So we should probably see a Spider Lab at some point, but for the time being, this is a patch 3 exclusive, baby. And this right here is the Rexmech Taser, and it's in the weapon pack, but you may not recognize it, and that's because it's redacted in the weapon pack, and you have to actually go out of your way and unredact it to use it. And in this version here, I have it unredacted, and it does work on people in Fusion. I wonder if I could trigger on myself. Yeah, see, I can't really move my arms. When I hit myself, I can move this one, I guess, but not this one. It actually does tase the player, to a certain degree anyway, and for NPCs, boom! And what's he gonna do? Throw a punch! Oh, and he can't do it. Yeah, so this is, for some of you, you've never seen such a thing before, but for a brief period of time, it was unredacted. Now let's go explore the main reason we're here. I mean, come on. It's the mods. It's the levels. It's what we're here for. It's why patch 3 was so special. And we're going to start with something not enough people appreciated. This map right here, Betaworks. This map aims to recreate the GDC demo for Boneworks that was shown off forever ago. That version of the game or demo or whatever was never released anywhere. And basically, using footage that we've seen, their goal is to recreate it. And they did a really good job. They did a really good job. Too bad the fucking body log ruins all immersive aspects, but you know, it has the door. Keep out. Let me fucking through. God damn it. Fuck you, I'm going around. They had the present, and then check this out. This is cool. Well, activate. Oh, shit. And then it gives you a player body. It's just so cool that they replicated it. Pretty good. I haven't seen much footage of this GDC demo. I don't even know where you could view it. But let's go. They went ahead and actually brought back the old guns, too. They feel much more like they did in Boneworks. Although, still, you can tell it's still Bonelab. But they do look really good. You know, if it wasn't for the distracting fucking body log, it would look a lot better. But let's shoot the debug button and we'll get a bunch of options here. All these guns, though, they do feel a lot better. And the Uzi has the old fire rate, and it does have much better recoil than the Bonelab guns. They do have a bit more of a kickback, albeit two-handing. Not really. This is still better than Test Chamber 02. It's much cooler that they would replicate this. I wish what SLZ did to show off their SDK instead was replicate this. Replicate their GDC demo to show you can make the GDC demo. That would have been much cooler. But instead they kind of dropped the ball a bit with Test Chamber 02. Hyped it up way more than it was worth, although at the point we were with Bonelab, the amount of hype they gave it, everyone kind of knew it was being overhyped, so it wasn't too bad, but still. It was awesome during patch 3 because shit like this would just release all the time. This is the coolest shit ever. Bang, bang, bang. You know, you can replicate those old GDC videos, or not the GDC videos, but the old Node videos that I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And I love that I can get a punch to trigger from like right here. See that? In patch 6, you just can't do it. It won't trigger a punch. Alright, look at this, man. This was the old Bone Z. Sit down, Mason. Take a seat, and then you get the UI that's not working. Oh, there you go. And you can choose a map, which Noct only ever released, but there we go. Yeah, the little... Really... Was not fucking kidding when I said little. Holy shit. That is itty bitty. Is there a points one? I think it shows your points somewhere. This version might be not the newest or whatever, because this was just what I had at the time. Although Networker, I'd imagine, updated it. But, you know, the wall buys. He really did the full 9 yards with this. And this is no code mod. This one is completely SDK. Or extended SDK. Clearly. But, oh, look at that recoil. Yeah. Oh yeah, this works. You may wonder how speed colo like works when oh yeah, and the perks would come out and everything. But the way they did it was it would just auto cock your gun, so you wouldn't have to rack the slide. I think that's a really good usage of that. But let's get out of Bone Z and go explore some more awesome things. Oh wow, there's a lot I want to show. An entire fucking port of Duck Season, the whole game. Does it have my save? Top score 0? I don't know. If I click continue, it'll show me. It does have my save, but it is really the whole fucking game. Lakatraz made this, same guy who made Fusion, which is figures. But oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I'm actually gonna go in and ruin some of this. Oh yeah, custom loading screen, the whole 9 yards. It really did feel like you were just playing Duck Season. I wanted him to make it so it auto-switched you to David, but he told me, like, he doesn't want to do that because he wants you to be able to play as who you want to play as. He didn't want to force you to be whatever avatar. Whoa, fucking Christ! I forgot I'm playing a horror game. But I totally get it. Although, for me, I'd have to keep switching back to David. So I'm gonna ruin some of the magic for you, and if you come to play this map, I hate to do this to you, but if you haven't played this map, wait for it to come to patch 6, skip this part. The way they get you with the tension is by looking at the TV. If you never look at the TV, the dog will never come. How it works is it's dependent on how long you look at the TV. And holy shit, this is tense. It looks just like the fucking game. It looks better. It looks better than the actual game. It's crazy how good it looks. He really did. He really cooked the fuck up with this port. And I really miss it a lot because it's really good. It's better than actual Duck Season because the mechanics and the way Duck Season feels is honestly super outdated. But in patch 3, in Bonelab with Marrow, you know, it feels so natural. Everything about it. Throwing stuff around, grabbing stuff. It's so good. And it's such a damn shame that it's not available right now. I'm about to shit my pants though. Oh shit. He should be there, right? Okay. He's really hard to kill. Oh, I'm not gonna kill him. Damn, fuck you, man. That looks like a Bonelab spawnable. Oh, and then this is a loading screen right here. He made a special loading screens for depending on what happens. This is a loading screen, but he just makes it black so it like cuts and it's seamless. And this is a problem with patch 6 is there's no way to turn off the loading screen ambience for your map. I like the loading screen ambience. I love it. I think it looks really good, or it sounds really good. But if you want to make an atmospheric map or a port or whatever where it really feels like you're in Duck Season like this mod does, where it really feels just like I'm playing Duck Season and it doesn't even feel like Bonelab, that loading screen ambience will ruin it all. And there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, there he is. Bye-bye. So good, man. Nothing releasing, but it didn't matter because we had our 7-Eleven. We always had our 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven was always there for us. Oh my god, I miss you. This is the old one. I think it is better now. It like visually it looks a lot, or not visually but like everythingly it runs better. It runs not very good in this version. It runs a lot better now. Still a little but just so much to do, man. There was so much to explore, and every time there was a 7-Eleven update it felt like something big was happening. It didn't feel like it was special when 7-Eleven updated because it was the map. You know, and Bobblecorp loves putting secrets in his map and shit. And there was always some crazy ass fucking thing to discover each update. But once the game stops updating, it'll be like patch 3, but it doesn't run completely like shit anymore. I'm lagging right now. I'm not in a fusion server or anything. I'm just lagging. Oh, the bit miner. Yep, you could mine for bits and it actually worked. This is still not in modern 7-Eleven at the time of recording. I made a slave system. I'll see if I can find a clip of it to show on screen. But I made how I got all the bits and bought everything in the Bitmart was I made literal slaves do it for me. I made a bunch of nobodies and I constrained them in weird ways. And then I left my computer on overnight. And I think it's really funny that I did that. Oh, patch 3. Oh, man. A fully functional port of Fnaf 1 with night select, Easter eggs, custom night. I didn't even fucking know that. Settings. Turn the phone. What the fuck? Flickering. Yeah, what? Crazy. Actually crazy. We'll do night 1. Yeah, and you sit down to pull up the cameras, which I never liked. But I you know, what'll you do? I think they only show up when you turn the light on, even if they are there. But yeah. Man. A fully functional thing. Breached has a fully functional phone guy. Or has a fully functional FNAF. But it's only one night. But it still shows that it's still possible, which, I mean, of course it is. This one, oh man, fuck this. This one. This is a mod I commissioned Swipes to make, and it's a fully functional Gang Beast port in Bonelab. I plan to pay him to update it when Bonelab stops updating, maybe earlier, because then I'd have to pay him ultimately more the sooner I have him port it. So I want to wait, although at the same time I don't because I miss it so much. But it's fully functional, and how it worked was you'd get the code mod, and I'll create a server here back in shitty old Bonelab Fusion. Go to game modes. There it is, Gang Beast. Start game mode, and I can't start it without 2 people. I tested this a lot. Oh, and yeah, lock map, so you could play on one map if you wanted. Rounds to win. It was fully functional, and I'll show some clips of people playing it back in my game engine video. But it was fully functional, and it was really good because you could actually play a Gang Beast with your friends and kick their ass and everything. Now I'm gonna ruin some of the immersion for you. At this point in time, Lakatraz didn't send punch damage over the network, or not the damage of it, but the actual getting a punch. You couldn't grab that. You couldn't get that information. So what we did was it was all actually completely client side. If you got punched on your screen, it would count. Not if you punch them on their screen, which is bullshit. It shouldn't be that way, because what people would do, if they were on high ping, they could just walk backwards and punch. And if they were coming to you and they didn't know how it worked, they would wind up losing. Which isn't fair, obviously. But you can get punches over the network now. So when this does get updated, the punching should be better. Oh, this was so good. It was very fun. It didn't last long because patch 4 came out not too much later. And something on a similar story that I also commissioned Swipes to make. We'll go to it. Fully functional Echo VR. This mod went very underplayed. It's fully functional. It works like everything. There's grips on everything. You can fling yourself. It was a knockout system. It was awesome. It was really good. And I really do, to this day, think it went underplayed like crazy because everyone just went and played Gang Beast instead because it was more sort of friendly. But there was a lot of specific things about this mod that I feel were crazy underappreciated, and I really am upset to see. And I'll go over some of them. First of all, Spider Lab has this thing called air control. So if you're moving in the air, it will sort of let you control it. And what this mod does is if it sees that you don't have Spider Lab, it will kick in its own air control, so everyone was on an even playing field, you know, because not everyone had Spider Lab in it, and it, you know, took into account other people's mods and what may be affecting the game. It was awesome how it did such a thing. Another thing is, Swipes was totally right on this. I begged him to have team select, right? I was like, I think it would make it a lot better if you get to pick who you play with. And so he added it because I ultimately had to pay him more to get him to add it, but I thought it was worth it. Nobody used it. How it works is you stay on the side here that you want to be on, and then when you start the game mode, you'll be on that team. No one used it. No one fucking used it. Really unfortunate. But here in patch 3, Echo VR, still working. Let's see if I can hit the shot. Oh my god, you scored a point. And it has proper point counters, timers, the whole 9 yards. It was a real game mode. It wasn't like the fuck around, sort of, oh, well, it's, you know, sort of like Echo VR. No, it really was. You really could play this. It was really good. Zombie Warehouse by Yellow Years. She cooked the fuck up. She cooked the fuck up. What can I say? I would always come on this Infusion when there was like, oh, I just want to play an arena. This arena is better than all of the baseball in that one. It's better than Container Yard. It's better than all that. But it's the full ass thing. This is the full thing. It has all the modes, the cure, lockout, everything worked just like it did in Boneworks, and this was just so awesome. Man, it was such a good, like, replayable thing. I loved how replayable it was. Here's a full game port of Lethal Omen. The whole game. And it's SDK too. It's not even a code mod. Crazy fucking work. This was towards the end of patch 3, so didn't live long. But we're gonna go ahead and go into Sandbox instead of the main campaign, even though it has all the endings. It has the main campaign. I never played Lethal Omen until this. I played the whole game with this, which I thought was, you know, a good sign. But here we are at the Sandbox. It's a creepy ass game. Hopefully it comes back in patch 9. Gibbable Ford, we miss you. People make gibbable NPCs now, but what people really want to do is, I just want Ford gibbable. I don't want, you know, generic guy. I want gibbable Ford. I want the gibbable Bonelab NPCs. I want to do that to a Bonelab NPC, not Jared. This map. I remember it was super late one day, and I just was already on Bonelab, so I didn't feel like booting up anything else, and I was like, I just want to relax. And then I'd usually come to this map because it's really pretty. And it was also fun to Spider Lab around, although the buildings are kind of far, making it a bit difficult. But patch 3 was really special. For all the wrong reasons. It was really special because Bonelab, you know, took forever to update, which isn't good. But why I'm so excited for Bonelab to stop updating is to have this again, you know? To have so much to do of such scale, you know? People make mods all the time, but they're not as big as they once were. Breached is the only one that comes to memory that is really big that I can remember. There's definitely more, and I'm undermining it by doing that, but you know, it's not as frequent. People aren't as willing to really sit down and make crazy ass things because they have to go back and fix it up, which it's annoying. It's annoying. That's why all the stuff that comes out that's particularly great is SDK compliant, so that it doesn't break in the future. But what was so special about patch 3, at a certain point, about like a year and a half in, people sort of realized this game's not getting updated. So then they didn't hold back. You know, Lack made fucking duck season. So long as SLZ does drop support after patch 9, I will be happy. And I think we all will, because we will have gotten a lot of new SDK tools. There's a lot more possible. Most importantly, scene chunking, because this game runs like shit. Oh my god, patch 3 runs fucking horribly. As much as I love the mods and everything, patch 3 does not run good. Patch 4 and above, a lot of those maps, solid 90 the whole time. Breach does not drop a frame. It's fucking awesome. We just gotta wait a little bit longer. It's our final year awaiting, and then we can finally be happy, assuming SLZ doesn't choose to continue support. God, SLZ, please drop this game and go work on B-side and leave Bonelab alone. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my last one where I go over 10 things I feel the Boneworks remaster needs to be great. I mentioned some points you might not be thinking about, so I think it's a good watch. And you can get 10% off literally the entire Quest store using my link in the description that links to all of my affiliate codes. If you use the browser extension, it will automatically apply them. So you literally get 10% off the entire Quest store, and you don't have to do anything but click add to Chrome or whatever browser you use. It genuinely helps support the channel more than subscribing. I would rather you use the fucking affiliate stuff than subscribing, because that is genuinely where the majority of my income comes from. And I could not do this without that. So thanks to Meta, and thanks to you for going and using those codes, because a lot of you have been, and it's been really, really helpful. So go get 10% off games, and you help me like crazy. Go nuts. You know, it's crazy helpful. It helps me pay for more mods like Echo and Gang Beast, which I plan to pay for many. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you at school tomorrow. Bye bye.